Have you ever felt like you're wandering through a maze without walls, free to go anywhere, yet somehow more lost than ever? In our hyper-connected world of endless choices and constant stimulation, a peculiar emptiness has settled into the modern heart. We chase success, pleasure, and knowledge with unprecedented freedom, yet something essential seems to have slipped through our fingers. What if this feeling of disconnection isn't just personal anxiety, but the symptom of a deeper spiritual crisis that's been centuries in the making? Imagine a medieval cathedral builder. Each morning he wakes before dawn and walks to the construction site where he'll spend the day carefully placing stones that may not form a completed cathedral until long after his death. He doesn't question his purpose or wonder if there might be a more fulfilling career path. His work is sacred, a direct participation in divine creation. His identity, his community, his understanding of the cosmos, all are integrated into a coherent whole that gives meaning to every action. Now fast forward to our modern world. We've gained remarkable freedoms and comforts that this medieval craftsman could never imagine. Yet something profound has been lost in this transition, something that explains why, despite unprecedented prosperity and opportunity, rates of depression, anxiety, and existential crisis continue to climb. The fragmentation began centuries ago. The scientific revolution, while bringing tremendous material progress, also initiated what philosophers call the disenchantment of the world. The universe transformed from a living, meaning-filled cosmos into a mechanical system of matter and motion. No longer did rivers have spirits or stars influence human destiny. Everything became quantifiable, measurable, and ultimately exploitable. This shift didn't happen overnight. It unfolded gradually, accelerating through the Enlightenment, the Industrial Revolution, and into our digital age. With each transition, humans gained more control over their external environment, while simultaneously losing something of their inner coherence. Consider how we experience time. Our medieval builder lived by the rhythms of sunrise and sunset, the turning of seasons, the cycle of religious festivals that connected daily life to eternal truths. Today, we live by the artificial precision of digital clocks, quarterly reports, and social media notifications. We've gained efficiency, but lost the natural cycles that once connected human experience to cosmic patterns. Or consider our relationship to knowledge. In traditional societies, wisdom was passed down through generations, embodied in rituals and practices that engage the whole person. Today, we're drowning in information while starving for wisdom. We know more facts than any previous generation, yet struggle to integrate this knowledge into a meaningful framework that guides our lives. The modern soul finds itself in a peculiar predicament, surrounded by unprecedented freedom and possibility, yet unmoored from the traditions, communities, and cosmic frameworks that once provided direction and meaning. We've gained individual autonomy but lost our spiritual bearings. This isn't just philosophical speculation. It manifests in very real ways in our daily lives. Think about how many people you know who are successful by every external measure yet feel a nagging emptiness they can't quite name. Or how many pursue endless self-improvement, jumping from one technique to another, always searching for the missing piece that will make them feel whole. What if this restlessness isn't a problem to be solved, but a symptom pointing toward a deeper diagnosis? What if our souls are homesick for a world we've forgotten how to inhabit? Here's the unexpected truth. Our crisis isn't primarily psychological, but metaphysical. The modern soul isn't just stressed or anxious, it's disoriented in the most fundamental sense. We've lost our place in the cosmos. Traditional societies understood something we've forgotten, that human beings exist at the intersection of multiple levels of reality. We are physical creatures, yes, but also spiritual beings, whose inner lives connect to transcendent dimensions of existence. The ancient wisdom traditions, whether Eastern or Western, recognize that human fulfillment requires alignment with a cosmic order that transcends individual desire. As the philosopher Jean Barella observed, modern thinking has systematically flattened this multidimensional understanding of reality. We've reduced the rich tapestry of existence to a single horizontal plane, where material causation explains everything and transcendence is dismissed as superstition. In doing so, we've cut ourselves off from the vertical dimension that gives life its depth and meaning. This flattening of reality creates a profound contradiction in modern life. We sense that there must be more to existence than what can be measured and quantified, yet our dominant cultural frameworks provide no language for articulating this intuition. We're like fish who sense the ocean, but have been taught that water doesn't exist. G.K. Chesterton captured this paradox perfectly when he wrote, "The modern world is not evil. In some ways, the modern world is far too good. It is full of wild and wasted virtues. The modern world is full of the old Christian virtues gone mad. The virtues have gone mad because they have been isolated from each other and are wandering alone." This insight reveals something crucial. Our crisis isn't that we've abandoned all traditional values. It's that we've fragmented them. We pursue justice without wisdom, freedom without responsibility, progress without purpose. Each virtue, isolated from the integrated framework that once gave it meaning, becomes distorted and ultimately destructive. Julius Evola pushed this analysis further, arguing that modern civilization hasn't just lost its spiritual bearings, but has actually inverted the traditional hierarchy of values. In traditional societies, the material realm was understood to be subordinate to higher principles: truth, beauty, goodness, and ultimately the divine. Today, this hierarchy has been turned upside down. Material comfort, technological efficiency, and economic growth have become our highest goods, while spiritual and metaphysical concerns are relegated to the realm of personal opinion. The result is a civilization that excels at answering how questions, while remaining silent on why questions. We can split atoms and sequence genomes, but struggle to articulate what makes a good life, or what we owe to future generations. We've built a world optimized for efficiency and convenience, but not for meaning or depth. What makes this situation particularly disorienting is that we've lost even the language to describe what's missing. The modern mind has been trained to think in terms of psychological problems with technical solutions. Feeling empty? Try this new therapy. Lacking purpose? Download this productivity app. But what if our deepest hungers can't be satisfied by anything the modern world offers, precisely because they point beyond the boundaries of the materialist paradigm? The diagnosis may seem bleak, but it contains within it the seeds of renewal. Once we recognize that our crisis is spiritual rather than merely psychological, new possibilities emerge. The very fact that we feel disoriented suggests we haven't completely lost our innate capacity to sense the sacred dimension of existence. Begin by reclaiming the practice of contemplation. In a world designed to capture and monetize our attention, creating space for silence becomes revolutionary. Start with just 5 minutes daily of genuine stillness, not scrolling, not planning, just being present with your own consciousness. Next, immerse yourself in the symbolic wisdom of sacred texts. Choose a traditional spiritual work, whether the Psalms, the Bhagavad Gita, or even Homer's Odyssey, and practice Lectio Divina. Slow, meditative reading, where each passage is savored rather than merely consumed. These texts contain layered symbolism that awakens parts of your mind modern education has left dormant. Equally important is reconnecting with communal spiritual practice. The modern soul suffers from isolation. Consider attending a traditional liturgy, whether a Catholic Mass with its ancient rhythms, an Orthodox service rich with symbolism, or a meditation session at a Buddhist temple. The point isn't intellectual agreement with every doctrine, but experiencing how shared ritual creates sacred space and connects individual experience to something larger. Finally, introduce small ascetic disciplines into your life. Perhaps a day of fasting each week, limiting digital stimulation after sunset, or a morning cold shower. Equally powerful is the practice of regular prayer, not as mere wishful thinking, but as a disciplined act that invokes spiritual forces into daily life. Experience the rhythmic meditation of the Rosary, where repetition creates a doorway beyond ordinary consciousness, or engage in Neoplatonic theurgic practices that align your actions with cosmic principles through ritual gesture, incantation, and focused intention. These disciplines aren't about self-punishment, but about strengthening the will, quieting the chaos of thoughts, and re-establishing direct connection with transcendent realities. The modern soul isn't irretrievably lost. It's waiting to be reoriented toward the transcendent. This reorientation doesn't require abandoning modernity's achievements, but placing them within a framework that acknowledges the full spectrum of human experience. As you move through your week, notice moments when you sense something beyond the material. A sunset that stirs something deeper than aesthetic appreciation, music that connects you to something eternal, or human connection that transcends utility. These glimpses are trail markers pointing toward integration. The journey back to wholeness isn't about returning to the past, but recovering timeless wisdom that illuminates our path forward. In a world that's forgotten how to read the map of meaning, remembering such a map exists is the first step toward finding your way home. If you're ready to explore more of these forgotten pathways to wisdom and discover how ancient insights can transform your modern life, hit that subscribe button. Together, we'll continue this journey of rediscovering what it means to be fully human in a world that's forgotten.